like things, like a cross between pants and shorts, and then a white shirt, and then like a little jacket type thing that you, well, not really jacket, but like a red thing that you put on now. Okay. You want the? Yeah, the gyro salad. Okay. Anyway, let's see. So he said, "It's about time you woke up. Who are you?" Ellie asked. Instead of answering, he pointed to the other kid, who was starting to stir. "Your friend is waking up too." "He's not my friend." The other kid sat up, blinking in the light. He had brown stuff on his face. Dried blood, thought Ellie. No, chocolate. She could smell it. "This is freaky," the chocolate boy said. "Where am I?" So having sort of an Asian voice as well. But you can imagine him any way that you want to. So Allie stood up and took a good look around. This wasn't just a grove of trees. It was an entire forest. "I was in the car with my dad," Allie said aloud, forcing the scrap of memory to her lips, hoping that that would help to drag the rest of it all the way back. "We were on a mountain road, above a forest. Only this wasn't the forest that they had driven past. That forest was full of tall dead tree trunks, with stubby, rotting limbs. A dead forest," Dad had said, from the driver's seat, pointing it out. "It happens like that sometimes. A fungus or some other kind of blight. It can kill acres at a time." So that's going to be one of the little tidbits that's going to be really, really, really an important detail about, it's going to come up in the book. So remember that the forest is dead. Okay, so the forest in the, before the car crash was dead. But so now she's in, now this forest is green and full of life. And it's probably the same forest. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And chronologically, I think that this would be after. So that's neat. So then Allie remembered the squeaking of tires and a crunch, and then nothing. She began to get a little bit worried. Okay, what's going on here?" she demanded to the freckled kid. Before she knew Chocolate Boy was so clueless as he was before they got a name. "This is a great place," Freckleface said. "It's my place. Now it's your place, too." "I've got a place," said Allie. "I don't need this one." Then Chocolate Boy pointed at her. "I know you. You bumped into me." "No, you bumped into me." The freckled kid came between them. "Come on, stop talking about that." He started bouncing excitedly on the halls of his feet. "We got stuff to do." Ellie crossed her arms. "I'm not doing anything until I know what's going on." And then it all came crashing back to her with the fury of a head-on collision. "Yes," said Chocolate Boy. "I thought I dreamed it." It must have knocked us out, Allie felt. It must have knocked us out. Allie felt all over her body. No broken bones, no bruises, not even a scratch. How could that be? "We might have a concussion." "I don't feel concussed." "Concussions are unpredictable, Chocolate Boy." "My name's Nick." "Fine, I'm Allie." Nick tried to wipe the chocolate from his face, but without soap and water, it was a lost cause. They both turned to the freckled kid. "You got a name, Elia?" So here's the thing. So one thing that's really, really important to know. Will after the chapter is over, we'll come back and discuss it, okay? But I just want, no, here's something also really interesting to note, is that he had chocolate on his face. Like, remember when he was sitting in the car, and then he took out that chocolate bar, and his brother and sister were bumping him on either side. And you have to remember that that all the clothes that they had on, their skin was just as fine as it was when they car crashed. So and one prediction, it's all about making observations, predictions, and inferences. One prediction would be that maybe it's just sticky and dried up. So let's see here. Let's see. Alright, so Nick, let's see. Allie asks, you got a name? Yeah, he said, looking down, but I don't have to tell you. Allie ignored him, since he was starting, to become a nuisance, and turned to Nick. We must have been thrown clear of the accident and over the cliff. The branches broke our fall. We have to get back. Okay, so let me do this again. We must have been thrown clear of the accident and over the cliff. The branches broke our fall. We have to get back up on the road. So that's the supposedly. What would you want to go up there for? The freckled kid asked. They'll be worried about us, Nick said. My parents are probably searching for me right now. And then suddenly Allie realized something. Something she wished she hadn't. Maybe they won't, she said, if the accident was bad enough, ... Then, if the accident was bad enough, you can predict what she's going to be continuing to say. Okay, wonderful. Alright, yes. So, wonderful. So, they probably died. And, Allie and Nick probably did too. So, she couldn't say it aloud, so instead, Nick did. We could be the only survivors. Allie closed her eyes, trying to chase the very idea away. The accident had been bad. There was no question about it. But if they came through it without a scratch, then her father must have as well, right? The way they made cars nowadays, with crumple zones and airbags everywhere, they were safer than ever. Let's see how many pages that this is. So Nick began to pace, losing himself in morbid thoughts. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I'm sure they're all okay, Allie said, and repeated it as if that would make it so. I'm sure they are. And the freckled boy laughed at them. The only survivors, he said. That's a good one. This was no laughing matter. It made both Allie and Nick furious. Who are you? Allie demanded. Why are you here? Did you see the accident? Nick added. No, he said, choosing to answer Nick's question only. But I heard it. I went up to look. What did you see? The kid shrugged. Lots of stuff. Were the other people in the cars all right? The kid turned and kicked a stone angrily. Why does it matter? Either they got better or they got where they were going, and anyway, there's nothing you can do about it. so just forget about it, okay? Nick threw his hands up. This is nuts. Why are we even talking to this kid? We have to get up there and find out what happened. Can you just calm down for a second? I am calm, Nick screamed. Allie knew there was something off about the whole situation. Whatever it was, it all seemed centered on this oddly dressed, freckle-faced boy. Can you take us to your home? We can call the police from there. I don't got a telephone. Oh, that's just great, said Nick. Allie turned on him. Will you just shut up? You're not helping. Allie took a good long look at the freckled boy again. His clothes, the way he held himself. She thought about the things he had said. Not so much what he said, but the way he had said it. This is my place. Now it's your place, too. As if suspicions were correct, this situation was even weirder than she had thought. Where do you live? Allie asked him. Here, was all he said. How long have you been here? The freckled boy's ears went red. I don't remember. By now, Nick had come over his frustration, diffused by what he was hearing. And your name? Allie asked. He couldn't even look her in the eye. He looked down, shaking his head. I haven't needed one for a long time, so I lost it. Whoa, said Nick. Yeah, said Allie. Major whoa. It's okay, said the boy. I got used to it. You will too. You'll see. It's not so bad. There were so many emotions for Allie to grapple with now, from fear to anger to misery. But for this boy, Allie could only feel pity. What must it have been like to be lost alone in the woods for years, afraid to leave? Do you remember how old you were when you got here? She asked. 11, he told them. Said Nick. You still look 11 to me. I am, said the boy. So, we're going to stop there for right now. Now, alright, so there's some new stuff that happened in the book. So, now they're at a new setting. Now they're in the forest. So, a couple of really, really important things to remember is that the forest is the same forest where they got the car crash at, except that forest was dead. The new forest was alive. And then another thing is, remember that Nick had, I could see him being a Nick, being another name. But so anyway, had chocolate all over his face. And he tried to get rid of it, but he couldn't. Was it dried up? Or something is he touching too lightly? So those are two very, very important things. Also, remember that they wake up and then they meet this freckled kid who was the person who was jumping around the different branches and then fell down. And so they're trying to figure out now what's going on. Because they want to get up on the cliff and they want to go up to the road and they want to, find out what happens and investigate and see if their families are still there and everyone is still okay. So that's what they're trying to figure out. And so they're trying to figure out why, so they're feeling probably angry, they're feeling definitely sad and confused and worried so those are the emotions. Everyone's feeling, 2 out of the 3 are feeling really, really stressed out about the situation. Okay, and so that's not the whole chapter of it. I just wanted to do a little bit of it. So obviously, what we know is, let's see here. So, yeah, they're trying to figure out. So after surviving the car crash, just like the, what's their names? Violet and Klaus surviving the, well, not really surviving it, but, knowing that their parents died off with. So, let's see here. So, yeah, they're getting to know him, and so they're in a forest, trying to figure out what's going on, getting to know the kid. So, after this chapter, I didn't mean after today's done, but after the chapter, we're going to find out what that song is all about. Okay, but to be honest, I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of reading. So I think maybe tomorrow we'll pick this back up. Maybe come back to it. Okay. So thank you very very much. Okay. So also, it would be a good idea to read this on your own. I do want to paste everything. So thank you.